friends, let's talk about herbs. I just love herbs, and I've really experienced the power of them over the last couple of years, and just growing so many things here on the homestead here that I've turned into tinctures and teas and salves, and it's amazing. I've actually seen and felt the difference of these, so I'm really excited to kind of talk to you a little bit briefly about them. This is my herb binder. It's crazy. I just keep collecting stuff and putting it in here. But I do have a workbook of different kinds of herbal stuff, but that you guys can have access to as well if you follow the link down below. And it'll walk you through a lot of different stuff. But so, oh gosh, herbs. Where do you even start? So I love herbs to build immunity. They're God's given way to help with sickness, and I really truly believe that. And so they are just exciting. So you can purchase the herbs and turn it into teas or tinctures or salves, or you can grow your stuff too. And what the great thing about herbs is that most of them come back on their own year after year, so you don't have to replant them. A couple of them you do and stuff like that, but for the most part, most of them come back, which is really exciting. So, so I'll put down below where I kind of purchase herbs from. And then let's talk about, so herbs have these things called energetics, and what it does is working with your body in the opposite way of what it is. So it's kind of confusing. So like if you have a fever and it's it's like you're actually burning up a hot fever, you would want then a cooling herb to kind of counteract your hot fever. Or if you have a wet cough, you would want a drying herb to then kind of dry up that stuff like that. And they have these energetics, and that's how they work. It's great. And I should mention that I am not a doctor or a professional or anything like that, so I'm not giving you advice. I'm just portraying my opinion on things. So seek medical advice before identifying herbs, using herbs, or anything like that. Okay. So how I take herbs, teas, tinctures. And I do a lot of, and you can cook with them, and you can eat them fresh. A lot of them are just fine to eat. I make a lot of fire cider, which is like an immune boosting of all kinds of stuff in there, which is great. Love elderberry syrup, honey garlic elixir, lemon balm cough syrup. I just love this stuff. So some of my favorite herbs that are really easy to grow and are really just good for you. Lemon balm. That energetic is like a drying and cooling, and that just helps with all kinds of stuff. So it helps to calm and rejuvenate the nervous system. It eases anxiety. It's great for your immunity, and it's an antiviral. You can even use dandelion and mullein, and this stuff is in your well, maybe not everyone's backyard. It's in your backyard if you're lucky, and you can go ahead and get some books that will be able to help you identify, and then you can use those for things. Mullein is really good for like drying out your a moist cough. And then calendula, oh, those are beautiful little things. I've talked about those ones before. They're edible, and they help with candida and yeast and antifungal. They're a wound healer, and they're just great for the immunity. Then there's plantain, that can be in your backyard. There's burdock. Echinacea is another fabulous, stimulates the immune system, easy peasy. There's catnip, so it's not just for your cats, people, it's for you. There's nettles, which are stinging nettles. Now, if you're going to find those, you're going to need to wear gloves for those, because they're called stinging nettles for a reason. So we have, the herbs are just fantastic because they just have so many things that they can do, and there's so many of them that have so many cool things about them that you don't have to have like 100 different herbs. If you just get a couple and then start using them and seeing how they work, you'll be pretty amazed. And then the great thing about herbs, well, they are great, but they're not like a one and done. They're not like your typical, I got my pill from a doctor and now I've got my headache is gone. No, it's more like you need to kind of keep up on them. Have tea several times a week. Use your tinctures all the time, and then when you feel something come on, you're going to use more. So stuff like that. So it's not a one and done. It's a keeper going, keep it in the body and stuff like that, because it builds up and helps. But it is helping. That's what's great. You can also use herbal salves. There is an antibiotic that replaces that fancy little Neosporin cream that I have seen work miraculously, which is just like sometimes just mind-blowing at how good these things work. So there's that. They can use, and you can turn any of the herbs into salves. that will be able to help, you know, heal all different kinds of stuff like that. So I've got a couple different workbooks that you guys are able to go ahead and go through if you want. I just go ahead and ask me questions. What feels right to you? What do you want to know? I would love to be able to help you grow in the herbal world and to understand them. I'm going to put a bunch of resources below and books that I like to use. And again, and then I have my little courses online if anybody would like to help support me with that. So I appreciate you and thank you for being here today.